Hello everybody, welcome back to Reaper Minis TV. To start off this episode, I want to tell you about a contest that's going on over at GameTradeMagazine.com. Okay, so what you need to do is head over to www.GameTradeMagazine.com, and here you'll see this is the 9th annual Reaper Brings Your Character to Life contest. And if you scroll through here and read, you'll see that it's a contest where you can enter. You can either enter online here at GameTradeMagazine.com or print out a PDF to enter, and they're going to select one winner at random, and that person is going to get to send in the character sheet of their character that they want to have designed. Reaper will design it for you, cast it up, they'll even paint one up for you and send it to you with a handful of extra figures. So head over to GameTradeMagazine.com to see all the details. Probably couldn't read all of it here, but be sure to enter soon because the contest closes on the 27th of December. Alright, and into some reviews right now, and keeping with the Christmas spirit, we've got, first up, this is the 2011 Christmas ornament from Reaper, and you can tell by looking at it that it's a Christmas ornament with Reaper's mascot Sophie, and she's got a naughty and nice list that she's working on there. It is a flat figure, so you're going to prime the entire thing, but really only paint the front side of it, but there is texture on it that you can bring out with washes and dry brushing. And you can see up towards the top of the figure there's a little hole that you can string some string or garland or something through and hang it on your Christmas tree if you like. And then also keeping with the Christmas season, we have an addition to the Nativity series that Reaper started last year. This is a shepherd and a sheep. And you've got two figures here in this set. Both of them are single-piece miniatures, so really no assembly, just a little bit of cleaning on each one of them that you'll need to do. There's good detail on both of the figures, and if you pick these up, you could easily add them to the base nativity scene that was released last year. Here it is again, where you can look at it, and I would not be surprised if you just see more and more additions every year. Don't have any inside information on that, but wouldn't surprise me a bit. Next up we have two Pathfinder figures, starting off with Maricel. This is the second version of their iconic elf thief for the Pathfinder line, and here's a quick look at the first version of it that we saw quite a while ago. And this new version requires more assembly. It's got three pieces that go into making the whole figure. You can see from the video there is going to be some cleanup. There was some bits of extra metal from the casting process and some faint mold lines here and there on the figure. But the most striking difference about the second version from the first is she has a decidedly less walk like an Egyptian look to her. And then also from the Pathfinder line we have a figure called Lyrianne, and she is billed as a gunslinger. This is a two-piece model. The second piece is really just a very small bit that is the top of her head and her hat that you'll have to just clean up a little bit and sit on the top of her head. And if you don't do that, otherwise her head is pretty much cut off at the ears, and from that point up is gone, so you're going to glue the hat down in place there. As you can see, she's carrying two pistols, and there's also a sword as a backup weapon that she's armed with. Now, as far as uses for the figure, I think she would work great in any fantasy game where you have black powder technology. So that would be in just about any steampunk game. Very good use for her in the Iron Kingdoms if you were playing a role-playing game using the War Machine background. And for me, she is going to get added to a Malifaux crew that I'm building. I think she would work just fine as an alternate convict gunslinger. Now, she may not be the big burly kind of fat gunslinger that's in the Malifaux book, but I think she will fit that role just fine. And we're going to round out this episode with a Chronoscope figure. This is a new Intergalactic Marine, which I am so happy to see. I've been waiting for an addition to the Intergalactic Marines for a long time. You can see that it does have very much of a Gears of War look to it. I don't think that's an accident, and I think it is awesome. This is Jazz Jenkins. He's carrying a pulse rifle or some kind of assault rifle, and I really think that Jazz, along with the other Intergalactic Marines that are out right now, could very easily be used as a unit of Space Marines, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is use this first guy here as the sergeant. This is Nick Stone. He's going to be the sergeant of the unit. And then I'm going to have Reggie Van Zant on a heavy bolter. I'll have Torch McHugh with a flamer, and then I will have 7 of Jazz Jenkins as just Marines with bolters. Now, I'd rather have some variety, and maybe in the fullness of time there's going to be some other intergalactic Marines that Reaper comes out with. I hope sooner rather than later, but I will be happy with what I've got now. But that will be my build out for 10 not Space Marines. That will be a very unique addition to my Space Marine army. Alright everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Reaper Minis TV. Be sure to head over to GameTradeMagazine.com to get in on the contest, and I will see you again in January with more new episodes. So right now, here are my early Merry Christmas wishes to everybody. See you then.